All right, welcome guys. Welcome to the channel. I'm John. We're playing the First Berserker, and we're on the fifth boss, a giant spider dude. We gave it a one token effort last time. So now we're gonna go and fight him and beat him. I'm not sure if I'm going to show all of the deaths. Probably not, because there's going to be a lot. But we're going to do the first few. So, from the brief encounter that we just had in our last episode with this boss, it's a spider, so it probably has poison. So I equipped my poison cleanse potion. First thing. Second thing is I noticed that it was kind of wonky slow. So we're going to try to get behind him. Maybe that's better, because the little arms were kind of like, you know, they're kind of like, I don't know what, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I hope you guys are having a good day, though. Whatever I'm trying to fucking say. Okay, here we go. Let's get to it, bitches. See that like that delay? We got it a little bit. That's not good. What's venom? Is that like poison? Those. Oh my god, how could I miss that? Oh my god, that was weird. I totally hit that thing. Wow, okay. What I meant by I totally hit that thing, so he did a brutal, unblockable attack or something, and I thought I timed it right, but maybe not. I mean, I obviously not. That was not a good effort. I'm trying to figure out a way to get behind the boss, but he kind of moves around a lot and makes it a little more difficult to do. Let's see if we can, like, zone in on it and get behind him somehow. He, like, jumps and makes it harder. I hit with that too. That's not good. I don't want my stamina a little better. Yes. Yes. That dude had a fuck ton of hit points, man. Oh, good.
Khazan! No!
Why don't I get a shield?
Thank you.
Not necessary, General. It's been my dream to fight side by side with the great General Khazan.
Everyone else thinks I'm a traitor.
Thanks, Chigita.
It doesn't matter what they think. You're a savior, not a traitor.
Says Chiquita Banana.
The blacksmith
Alright.
we rescued from the cave is here. He was very insistent on repaying his debt.
Then we will welcome him with open fucking arms, man. God bless that we got a blacksmith.
He's downstairs if you want to meet him.
All right, dudes. Let's see what we got here.
And now we can head straight to Polemium.
No, we have side missions we're gonna do. So the fight. Talk about the fight. And then we'll continue on in another episode. Alright, the fight. Really, really good. Not as good as the last two. But, really good fight. This boss has a lot of hit points. Now, I want to preface this by saying that in previous episodes of previous games, I always, not always, but I have mentioned quite a few times that I want intricate bosses that have a lot of health. Okay. Now, there are some good bosses in Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, whatever, with different move sets, and I'm talking about the non-cheese ones, okay? So, Blade of Mikola can go away, but the non-cheese ones, okay? So, of those non-cheese ones, I wanted a boss fight to be sort of like the way that they've been in this game, where the boss's moveset. He has a varied set of moves, whatever. By the way, did you see me like hit every single one of the fucking unblockable shit? Man, I was 5 for 5 on that. Dude. I don't know how much damage that did, but 5 for 5? Fuck. One was like right in the middle of my attack sequence. Anyway. Pat myself on the back for that one. So what I mean is, so we had that boss, okay? The boss had some moves. It had some poison. If you were dumb enough to stand in the poison, you died, like I was. I had the boss down to 40%, 30% once, and I stood in the poison, and then, like, I had, like, 4 pots. And I'm just wandering around, ready for the next incoming attack from the boss, and then I just die. And I'm like, how did I just die? Well, fuck. Venom. Okay. Dumbass. Right here. Alright, so what? I don't call that cheese, that's just dumb. Alright, this boss if as far as I'm concerned, this boss has no cheese. And as far as I'm concerned, none of these bosses so far have any cheese. No, they don't. So, so what I mean is, if we look at the bosses of like Dark Souls, Demon's Souls, those kind of games, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Demon's Souls, not Dark Lurker. Dark Lurker was the best boss in the Dark Souls 2 thing. In fact, some of the DLC bosses were really good too. But when I invested points in dexterity or whatever it is for my dex weapon, I'm a little partial towards like the Uchinata or some other type of katana weapon. When I like min-max that thing, dude, the boss's health goes down in chunks like this. Bonk, 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 bonk. 5 or 6 hits, 7 or 8 hits, a couple of dodges here or there, and you win, right? Whether or not you summoned or not. Okay. So I'm sitting there fighting these bosses. We did a whole Dark Souls 2. My first playthrough in Dark Souls 2 on this channel. And all the DLCs. And my first playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. And I never played Dark Souls 1. And the DLC. Okay, so what I mean is that boss, if I were to have fought the boss like, I don't know, any given boss in Dark Souls 2 that was a good boss that had the amount of fucking hit points that this boss does, man. Because what this does is it not only makes the fight longer, but it makes you concentrate more. Okay, so the boss may be doing the same moveset over and over and over again randomly, his swipes or his 3 things, like bam, 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 or his throwing shit, We've seen it before, but we have to keep it up now for a good 20 minutes. Right? And then if you're like me, and I've never fought this boss before, never looked at anything, never looked up anything, I like to play these games blind the first time through and then go back and figure out what I missed later. For the most part, occasionally I'll text somebody that I know who's played the game, and I'm like, I don't know what to do from here, especially Dark Souls games. You just tell me a direction, something like that. But I like to play them blind the first time. So I didn't know you could break the legs of the boss. Did you see how much damage it did? Like when I was talking about, min-maxing my Uchinata and making it like infused with lightning, and then I would strike the boss and bonk, this much health would come off. When I knocked the leg out, that much health came off. I had to do it like a couple of times, but there's your key to victory, man. And the coolest part is you could target it. Okay, they don't make it so that you have to freeball that shit. You can target the leg and then just go about your normal business of dodging and everything, just like in this video, just like you saw me do. I took my time with it. I try not to rush anything. I try not to get too many hits in. I tried to not be greedy, because the first 10, 15 times I fought this boss, it wasn't good, precious. So you figure it out. But it's not like you would knock a leg off and then a couple of hits later you win. He goes up, repairs that shit, comes back down, you have to do it all over again. And he has half life. Right? So good. It's so good. This is exactly what I wanted. In other words, these bosses are exactly the bosses that I've been wanting to play against. A boss that is has a particular moveset, and you have to learn that moveset, but the boss itself has so many hit points that you need to keep up whatever you're doing. Sort of like, well, I mean, not really, but Ishin. I always go back to Ishin because Ishin is like the quintessential my favorite boss fight, except for Owl Father. Owl Father in Sekiro is my favorite boss fight. Not only is Owl Father does Owl Father have an insane amount of hit points, but you have 2 hits and you're dead. If he hits you twice, you die. It's a really, really, really good boss fight. Really good. Something that you could master, and every time you beat him, you feel a sense of accomplishment. Like this boss. Not as much as Our Father, but still. I was very excited when we won. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. See you soon.